You know, according to the U.S. Egg Board, Americans consume about 45 billion eggs every year, which isn't surprising to me because eggs are very high in cholesterol, and omelets in particular tend to be very high in saturated fat, which is the #1 leading cause of heart disease. And Americans tend to be the least healthy people in the civilized world. So today I'm going to show you just a basic pine nut sauce that you can make with ingredients you have lying around the house, and you can use it to dress up your hard-boiled or soft-boiled eggs. So let's start by crushing our nuts. We've got here some raw whole pine nuts, and you want to put them on a plate. Try to get them in an even layer. And then you want to take some sort of cloth. You could probably use a paper towel, but I'm going to be using a cloth here. And you just literally want to hammer until they get all crushed up. Okay. Unfortunately, the plate seemed to break on me, but the pine nuts are still intact. So we're going to put these just directly on the surface, and then we can start crushing them up that way. Yeah. A little more like that. All right. So we've got a saucepan on a medium heat. We're just going to add in our pine nuts, as well as some white vinegar. This is the same kind of vinegar that you're going to use to clean your piping. And we're going to transfer this to a food processor. So we just want to pour our pine nut mixture into the food chamber. And then very carefully we want to put the celery into the chamber. That's okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and pour this back into our pot. Whoops. Be very careful with this part. You know, probably the most difficult thing that any chef has to deal with in the kitchen or just in life is removing a little bit of eggshell from the egg in your work bowl. It's extremely tedious. It's worse than anything, going through a divorce or losing a loved one. And fortunately, here at Henry's Kitchen, we have a new sponsor called the Yolk Buddy. And what the Yolk Buddy does is it literally sucks up that little fragment of eggshell from the egg in your work bowl, so you no longer have to deal with that tedious activity. And I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of how that works as we prepare our egg mixture. So we're going to start by cracking our egg, and inevitably you're going to get a little bit of shell in there, but not to fret now that we have the Yolk Buddy. First we're going to squeeze out all of the air, and then we're just going to gently go down into the egg bowl and start sucking. And then once you feel like you've gotten the shell in there, you just want to squeeze it out. So again, you just want to suck in the egg with the shell and then squeeze it out. That's called the Yolk Buddy. It sucks. Okay, and it just occurred to me the recipe actually asks us to do a hard-boiled egg for this. So I'm just going to put some plastic wrap over our egg then we can use this in the future if we're ever gonna make an omelet or something.
She is the whore of Sausalito. She knows just how to ease your mind. But if you ask her if she loves you, she'll just smile and bat her eyes. For the whore of Sausalito never lies. She says she hails from Pasadena.
And there you have Henry's eggs with pine nut sauce. So this is going to be a wonderful hors d'oeuvres, whether you're somebody who likes to entertain party guests or maybe you're just a middle-aged man who lives with your cat.
And if you mention Palos Verdes, she will smack you like a mule. And if you hail from San Jose, she'll do the same.